Today, I gotta take the shoes off my feet because I'm standing on holy ground, and I'm gonna show you why. Now, I hadn't walked outside the door with oh, look at them posts. Ain't they pretty? Man, yesterday was a day. Shoes are off my feet, standing on holy ground, and I had been working hard to try to consecrate the land I live on to the Lord. I get y'all out there to the altar to the Lord soon, I hope. Ooh, look at that wind blowing. Ruha, the spirit of the wind. Look, that is, can you see it? Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Honor thy father and thy mother. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness. And thou shalt not covet. I was talking to my brethren, and I'm a farmer. At least I'm going hard to try to get that title of farmer, touching the ground. And the scriptures, they so meant for the man to be living off the land and stuff like that. That's why they got all those parables and excuse me, like the first fruits and all that. Because when you got your vineyard and all that, you start to know that this is starting to be the time of first fruits. Things starting to bud. You see, these are going to be blackberries, right? And everything's starting to come to life. And they go to grapes. Look at them. That's little grapes right there, right? Can you get a good view of that? So, oh yeah, we're going to be graped out this year. Should be quite a few of them. But this the how we supposed to be living. And look, beloved, it's about to be rough. I was hearing some scripture today about the goats and the sheep being separated. And hold on before I go on to that. Take the shoes off thy feet, thou standest on holy ground. Look, they got something called grounding, as far as just connecting to the earth. And you really center yourself when you take the shoes off your feet and ground yourself. You are an electrical being, and you need to have the shoes off your feet. But the scriptures tell us, take the shoes off thy feet, thou standest on holy ground. Yep, I did it. And I did it in such a way that, man, I'm going through such a tribulation. Winnie, come on, let's go. Come on. Wait for the dog. Hurry up. Look at it, walking all slow. Come on. So, yeah, man, I've been in a tribulation that is one of a kind. And, man, I got lucky yesterday. If you looked at those videos with my daughters, about Passover, that was pure luck that they got to do all that with me, man. That's the first Friday in 6 months that I had my children at my house on Friday. And I had gave up trying to get them because I've been fighting so hard with it. And the kids didn't want to be here. They protest. They was like, nah, we ain't trying to go rock with daddy. We don't want to be over that. And like I said, I gave up. And then my wife, future ex-wife or whatever, some kind of way, she told me I can get them on Friday. And I was like, wow, because I'm thinking I'm gonna be doing this alone. And yeah, they was here with me, and we had a real good time. And they know true. But it's like they have two people unequally yoked, so it's very confusing. Uh, but I try to be patient and long suffering and know that it took me a long time to come to any kind of understanding, and my children far beyond where I was at the age. I mean, I was 30 before I got to understand what they understand, maybe 30 something. So, and my children 8 and 10. So I try to be as patient, long suffering, and I lead by example. And that helps a lot. They see me walking orderly and walking contrary to the world and seeking after God. I mean, with all my heart, with all my soul, with all my might. And yeah, man, but ended up turning into a very, very dreadful night. Police, DSS workers. I mean, it's a really, really bad night, if I'm being honest with you. And it's not a good day, but it is. Me and my mom rejoiced and talked about the hand of the Lord and how glorious and how mighty He is, and how, yeah, I was like, I'm in trouble, but it's like, yo, no, you're not. You've been delivered from all kind of situations, and you got to look at where you could be. I could have been in jail last night. Those accusations could have still stuck. You see, they got many men in jail, many good men in jail who done nothing wrong. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you get false accusations is a thing, especially nowadays. And like telling the people, I gotta. I got a stack of documents. This thick. You take out something from my business or something. Take this stuff out. My business. And this, how much court paperwork that I got that I've been delivered from. And I got so many court dates coming up, it is absolutely ridiculous. And I'm like, the scriptures are fulfilled. And I had got Nelly seen one of my videos, and I guess he commented on it. So now I'm about to be brought before judges, and not the kings of this world. I know 19 Keys made a comment, and so I've tripped out a dude's eye. When he commented, I was like a little fangirl. Not Nelly, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh man, I'm geeking out. But yeah, judges, the kings of this world, and then all the rest of the stuff, like not one word fall to the ground when it comes from God. Like if He say, this thing gonna be, you can believe that it's gonna come to pass. The outlook for the men of God is dreadful. But it's telling my dog, I'm a fool for Christ. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna rock that, because like one of my friends, we laugh. I come up off of Vegeta and Goku. Like Goku, my dude, all the way. Vegeta, you know what I'm saying? I got these pictures because they always shake back. You know what I'm saying? After a little disaster that happened to them, where they get the win, and they ended up getting whooped. But they come back harder and stronger. That was the heart of the same warrior. And as you can see, I am a man of war. But usually men of God, when you look at David, that was part of his calling, man of war, musician, he played the harp. I'm actually, with the string instrument. If I could afford a harp, I'd try to learn to play it, but man, that thing is magical. And I bet you they're real expensive, but it's a beautiful sound. Like they say the harp, he used to have to play the harp for Saul to get rid of the evil spirit. When he played that harp, Saul was refreshed. So I used to try to put the harp in the background for the music, but music offend people's spirit, and when you're trying to deliver the message, you don't want to. You're just trying to, because the spirit trying to resist it at all costs. So you don't want to add nothing to make them. I hear that music, I don't even want to hear nothing, because the word will get them. They're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. My life a disaster. Why wouldn't I? That makes sense. But when you see people like myself in the tribulation that I go through, it would be like, why would I sign up for that when the end game is, great tribulation and going through the refiner's fire? Why would you do that? Man, because I didn't live the life that most people ain't gonna get to live. I done made moves and done things that people ain't gonna never do. And so God will carry you through things. But it's dreadful. It's just gonna be 100. It is. It's you going through a refiner's fire. Refiner's fire. You got to have the impurities removed from you. And then you got to be tested. You just can't be on the team if you gonna, switch sides at a little bit of opposition. You got to know that through hell or high water, I'm down for the team. Ain't no changing up. And because we don't want no perpetrators rolling with us. I don't want nobody that's gonna turn and run when we going into battle, switch sides and pull his gun out on me. So you got to be tried, and you got to be found true. And that's tough. Turn your back on the whole world and walk after God. I'm telling you, that's a hard thing. But you got to do it. And the reward, Lord said, for those that give up family, houses, sisters, brethren, children, wives, fathers, mothers, I'm going to give them back in this life and in the next 100-fold, 100-fold of what you give up for Christ. That's his words. It ain't going to fall void to the ground. But most people never truly give anything up for Christ, Yeshua HaMashiach. Because, you'll be talking about you're a Christian and you don't even know what Judah is. You're like, Judah? Like, I tell them, yeah, I'm Judah. Oh, you Jewish? No, I ain't Jewish. I'm a Jew. I'm Judah, the tribe of Judah. The tribe that's going to lead the nations in worshiping God. That's what tribe I'm a part of. That's why I do what I do. Because, see, we've been leading the nations in wickedness. That's why our culture is all over the world. That's why everybody, even the bodies done changed. But it's wickedness. We lead the world in wickedness instead of worshiping the one true God and walking orderly instead of contrary. And so, consecrated my land, my house, my children unto the Lord. And, we all got to die someday. I was never supposed to make it to 21, let alone damn near 40. So, coming up in New Orleans, they told us in kindergarten, man, look, 75% of y'all gonna be dead or in jail before y'all turn 30. And I'm telling you, that statistic ran true. Very few of my partners went to college. Very few of them. All my number ones, not all of them, but most of them, they changed their lives and I don't got no partners that don't take care of their family. You know what I'm saying? They might have done something as far as cheating on a woman or something, but they all take care of their children, right? And that's just important. If you don't take care of your children, I can't rock with you. If you don't love your children, how could you love me? That's how I grew up thinking. Because I come up from a culture where a man had stepped out and left his children and didn't come back and wouldn't care. That's what the scriptures tell us, that that's who we are. We're going to be cursed like that, that the man ain't going to have no love for his seed. He'll eat his seed before you give him food. You know what I'm saying? So that's us. And that's why you see the fathers and the sons always at war fight, because they ain't got no honor for the father. And the father ain't got no love for the son. And so, yeah, but growing up down there, yeah, you ain't had no out. You weren't thinking you gonna be no doctor or no lawyer or nothing like that. You think you gonna be a trap star, a hustler. Only strong dudes I seen growing up that got respect was street dudes. And like your garbage man or your contractor or something, your hard man that worked with his hands that you just stayed away from his stuff. All the gangsters knew that man went to work every day. Like you was gonna have a problem. He had that raggedy old truck, you know what I'm saying? But he took care of his family. He always had he had a couple strong men in the hood that held it down and ain't fool with the foolishness. So you had a little snapshot, but he wasn't balling. He was always dirty, you know what I'm saying? Stinking from the grease or whatever he was working on. But the gangsters knew not to fool with him because, man, that's the thing about growing up. You knew you could go hit a gangster, but if you hit a hard working man that had to go work 60 hours for that bread, look, man, that man gonna be, that's something. A gangster ain't had to do too much. So you hit him, he just gonna hit another lick and he gonna try and get you back. Y'all gonna shoot each other up. But man, that man trying to provide for his family and you out here making it hot and all that. So anyway. But yeah, that's us. That's us. And I didn't get to finish that. Like I said, my Passover ended good, right? Because what needed to happen happened. I don't mind them coming. I don't mind them. My life, I don't really go into all my problems on here, but it's an open book. And man, I just hate battling in the courts like this. It's ridiculous and it's horrible for my children. Super horrible. Hopefully we can come to some understanding. But it's rough right now. It is really rough. So make sure that you're not unequally yoked. If you're young and you're looking for a woman and you ain't found God, you're gonna find him. But you're gonna find great tribulation with her. So seek God first and know how to look for a godly woman. That way when you raise your children, you can raise them together without conflict. And y'all be together for the betterment of the children. Because this world don't care about the children. It's dressing them all lewd, got them, you know what I'm saying, being disrespectful. They ain't teaching them no discipline, the good hard life skills. And our enemies, which we do have enemies, they looking at this. And weak children create a weak nation. And this was the most gangster nation of the last 200-300 years. and wage war all over the world. When a gangster, think about the lion. What happened to the lion when he get old and weak? Do he just die gracefully? Or is it a violent, horrible, you know what I'm saying, them youngsters come handling bad? Consider that. And we lions. And not raising up young lions to be able to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe one of them got a good exit if he had a couple sons and let him stay. And when he got, I seen a couple when they got, like, he got old, they let him eat because he ain't had no teeth or something like that. And he got to take his in without getting mauled. But that's why the Lord say, look, you got to get them while they're young. Because when you old, you're going to need the young people to come grab you by the hand and guide you. And if you don't teach them right, who the one going to be taking care of you when you can't handle your business? So, yeah, that's my rant. God is good. I done consecrated my house, my children, my land unto the Lord. And this ground is holy ground. Peace, love, grace, mercy, courage, and patience be multiplied unto you.